On today's video, we're going to talk about the sexualization of children and how that can lead to issues such as body shaming and just general fear around intimate relationships or fear of men in general. So stay tuned. So if you are new to this channel, my name is Jessica Lang. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist here in California, and I talk about all things related to trauma, attachment, healing, the brain. So if that is something that you are interested in, then go ahead and click the subscribe button down below so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. In today's topic, like I said, we are going to just talk about something that I've actually been seeing a lot of, so nice timing, I guess. And that's the sexualization of children. Now, this is different than sexual abuse, which is what I talk about a lot on this channel, which has more to do with getting sexual gratification from children, using objects, pornography. We don't need to go into details. We kind of know what that is. But the sexualization of children is more about not allowing your children to do certain things, wear certain things, because somebody might find them arousing. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I do know why people say these certain comments, but oftentimes it's so ingrained in our society that people just say these words without even realizing how harming they can be. So actually what really got my brain going was I was perusing through TikTok, as I want to do from time to time, and a young black girl was on there, and she was just talking about comments that she's heard growing up in her family, and I was like, oh wow, I've heard that in my family. And even when talking to clients, these are things that they've heard in their family. These are things that they say to their children. And the comment that she talked about was, you know, when so-and-so comes over, usually a male, and usually like an uncle or a cousin, you know, you got to go put some clothes on. Not because they're naked, but like if they're in a tank top and shorts or they're in their boxers, no, you got to go put clothes on, so-and-so's coming. Why? You're in your house. Most of us dress pretty comfortably in our houses, especially when it's hot. We like tank tops, we like shorts, but you can't wear that, especially when you are, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13, sliding into puberty. I notice for clients, but also again, family systems, that's when those types of comments are really brought to the forefront. But I've also heard people say things like that even with babies. Oh no, my baby can't wear a two-piece bathing suit. Oh no, don't put that halter on my child. No, she looks fast. No, you know, she looks grown up, or that's slutty, or that's too sexy, or you know, or even I started watching Dance Moms, and well, that's a conversation in and of itself. Sometimes their outfits were a little too sexy, and people would make comments like, oh, that's too sexy, or, you know, I don't want my daughter to wear that. All I saw was like, oh, she's wearing a, you know, purple leotard, and if I see purple, any version of purple, I'm excited. Like, that's so cute, I love purple. And so it's just very interesting that, you know, and it's always females, it's always girls. I never hear this about, oh no, my son can't wear that because he'll be sexualized. Like I've never, if you've heard it, I mean, that's still a problem, but it's always around girls. And even as I was like going through Twitter today, just, you know, downtime, somebody made a comment about, she was in school once and the teacher, oh, it was Choice Brown, Tabitha Brown. If you guys don't know about I Am Tabitha Brown, she's amazing on TikTok. So her daughter, I think I follow her on Twitter, so she posted something just a couple hours ago, and she said that when she was in school, one of the teachers like had one of the girls put on a shirt, or wanted her to put on a sweatshirt because she had a tank top on, and boys would be staring or something. It was too distracting. And she said something to the teacher. It was like, again, this is a problem. We can't wear clothes that are comfortable. We have to be stuck being really hot, or, you know, we have to cover up because fear that some male is going to be distracted or see us as sexual, even when we are, we shouldn't be seen like that. But being like, children are not sexy, and so why is your brain going there? That seems like more of a problem for you. And so just thought I'd get on, just talk a little bit about how people just make those comments and it's so ingrained, and yet you don't even think about how that actually can lead to us as females being really scared about men. I know when I was younger, I definitely had some fear. Like if any guy was talking to me, it was like, whoa, what, you're sexualizing me. And that's some of that early childhood, conversations or modeling or, oh, my mom's, I'll put her out there, sorry mom, her own kind of unprocessed stuff around men and trauma and things of that nature, that she was being very protective, but it instilled like a fear that as I was growing up and going through puberty, I was very uncomfortable in my body. I know I'm putting my family on blast. Sorry, family. But like my grandma once, I think I was 13. First off, I was like a huge tomboy. So I loved sports. I was not interested in dresses or any of those things. But my grandma, who I wasn't particularly close with, she gave me like a lace bra and underwear when I was like 13. And I was like, I'm mortified. And all my cousins who are my age were boys. So we're opening these presents up at Christmas time. And it's like, no thank you. So creepy. So gross. I did not like that at all. And so I definitely had, growing up, just a discomfort in my own body. And I know a lot of girls, especially during adolescence, like 12, 13, middle school years, we get real uncomfortable with our bodies. They change. We look different. We get stares. We get comments. People think it's cute. And you get it from men who just, they say stuff, or it's just kind of creepy. But then you also get some, especially like the older generation, they'll say things like, oh, look at your cute little booty, or oh, look at your little nubs, and they're talking about your breasts, and all of that stuff is sexualization of children, and it's creepy, and it makes us so uncomfortable in our bodies that it takes, for some of us, a lot of time and therapy and work to kind of get comfortable with our bodies. If we're lucky, we can kind of move through adolescence, move through our early 20s, healed from some of that stuff. We're not carrying so much of it. We can engage in sexual relationships with our partners and feel love for our bodies and not be so disconnected when we're engaging in sex or engaging in romantic relationships. And for others, it still is a huge problem, even, after getting married or having kids. Just that discomfort, that dislike of your body. And so it creates, it's interesting in that I've just kind of found, when just talking with clients or own experience in life, thinking about the stress response system and how it gets activated in response to like feeling threatened. And so when people make these kinds of comments about your body, or you don't put that on, or you can't wear that, you need to be covered up, so and so's coming up, like you get anxiety, right? You feel anxious about your body, and that stress response comes on, so that when you're in situations, maybe as a teenager, when you're going on your first date, or when you're older and you're dating, you might still have some of those kind of associations where your response is not an anxiety and excitement, like, oh, I'm gonna go out with this person, they asked me out. It's more like, oh God, what are they gonna do to me? How do I keep myself safe? How should I dress? Like, if I dress like this, will he think I'm a slut? Will he be expecting something? It creates a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, a lot of discomfort that I think is just really unnecessary. So that's just kind of why I want to talk about this today. Just, ways in which that if you are somebody who struggles with this, or you're raising a daughter, how you can be maybe a little bit more mindful, a little bit more intentional about not even just but just what messages you want your daughter, or a girl who's in your life that you love, to grow up feeling about her body. Do you want her to feel comfortable in her body? Do you want her to feel safe in her body? Do you want her to feel confident in her body? Or do you want her to be afraid, uncomfortable, disconnected, being really intentional? So I'm just going to list a couple of tips, 3 really, more than a couple, that maybe you can use with the girls in your life who you care about. So tip number 1 is just to model body positivity. This can be done in a variety of ways. I know we all kind of have ups and downs with our bodies, but embracing the beauty of your body, the unique things that your body can do. It doesn't even have to be anything physical, but maybe you're really strong in your arms and that's something you're proud of, or maybe you're a runner and you feel powerful in your legs or strong in your legs, and you like that. Whatever it is, talk nicely about your body. Don't comment on anybody else's body negatively or even positive. Like, leave other people's bodies alone. I think that's probably the biggest one, is, and it's hard, but you know, try your hardest to refrain from like commenting on other people's bodies, unless you're saying like, oh, you know, that shirt she's wearing is so beautiful or something like that. Like, stick to, if you're gonna talk about somebody's physical appearance, I don't know where that word came from, physical appearance, you could talk about, oh, you know, I love the color of that dress, I love the color of that jacket, ooh, purple's my favorite, as opposed to that jacket makes her look fat, or she thinks she's all that with her big boobs, or look at her with her breasts all out, things like that. Tip number 2 is to set boundaries. This one's probably the hardest one, but try your hardest not to let others talk about your daughter's body, especially in that kind of 10 to 14 range. Really, they shouldn't do it anyway, but just think about yourself growing through middle school and how hard that is with your body changing. Did you want people commenting on your body? No, you're uncomfortable. It's changing. So protect your child, please. Protect your daughter. Don't let people talk about her body. If people make comments, call them out. Yo, that's not okay. Please don't talk about my daughter like that. It's unacceptable. We don't talk like that. Whatever it is. You know, you don't have to get mad and shout at anybody, but you can just call it and say, that's, you know, we don't talk like that. That's not appropriate. Please don't do it. It sets a good example for your child about how they can stand up for themselves if somebody's crossing their boundary, but also shows that you're protecting them, they're noticing them, and you've got their back, and you know that kind of thing is not okay. And finally, just find other ways to even describe your child, right? You don't have to talk necessarily, I mean, we all do it. You're so cute, you're so beautiful. I don't think you have to ban those words or anything like that, but you know, stay away from like, that's sexy, you're hot, that person's a slut, things like that kind of connote negativity around a person's body or sexuality. Children shouldn't be sexualized anyway. You can have a conversation about sex. There's space to talk about sex and the role of sex in a developmentally appropriate way without sexualizing your daughter or placing any type of value on her as a person and her choices. Again, she's a child, right? We want to talk about sex as consensual adult kind of an act, not something that, you know, I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of got distracted. So I hope that part makes sense. So that's all I have for you guys today. Just a quick video I wanted to get on here just because I was seeing comments on Twitter, on TikTok, and I was like, this is something that just obviously needs to be talked about. So please don't sexualize your children. Use these tips. There's some YouTubers you can check out too. I just happen to follow Jessie Page. I think I've done a video on her actually because I find her to be a really nice role model. But she's been talking a lot about body positivity as she struggled with anorexia. She's gained weight and people are kind of shaming her around her gaining weight. And it's beautiful that she's overcoming her eating disorder. So I like YouTubers who have positive message when they share their life, and can be a positive person for folks to look up to. So you can check out her videos. I'll link her channel in my description box below, along and some other resources as well. Comment down below what your thoughts are about this video, if you've experienced anything like this before. If you like hearing about this type of topic or anything related to child abuse, child sexual abuse, or trauma, you can sign up for my email list, it's in the description box, and I send out emails and newsletters and sometimes freebies, just things you can use on your own if you're just kind of on your healing journey. And that is all I have for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.